I've had the thought of filming and editing a YouTube video for a while now. I always thought it'd be so cool to just be able to, see myself as someone capable of creating, but I never saw it as a true reality. Here we are. Or even writing a newsletter and publishing it on my own website. So check that out with the link in my description. And also, please like and subscribe. If you find something valuable in here, I would appreciate it more than the world. I genuinely can't explain how much it would mean to me. But here's my first video. Filming on this potato of an iPhone that doesn't even charge, has awful lighting. I can't wait to watch this back in 5 years. The less people that see this, probably the better. But it's the only way to grow. I hope this shows the emphasis of the importance of just starting now. Just doing with nothing. You can't achieve anything just by thinking about it, regardless of your situation. If you have a dream, chase it. I'm not sure if this stuff works, but there's no other way to find out. It's also extremely important to create from positivity and a full open heart, ready to give and create. I truly believe this, so that my content and writing can be felt by the reader, listener, viewer, and understood better for the actual meanings that I'm trying to portray. The transfer of energy is so real. I outline this better later on, so stick around for that. This is my very own podcast where I talk about the things I want to, my passions, and hopefully help others find their true calling. My goal is to write, record, and publish one episode each week on Sundays, publish my newsletter on Substack, these videos on YouTube, and possibly Spotify if I set it up. 52 episodes this year, if all goes right. I doubt that. If I miss one, though, it's no big deal. I just don't want to miss 2 in a row. As James Clear, the author of Atomic Habits, puts it, missing 2 is the start of a new habit. It kills a compound effect and turns it negative. But I'm open for change, because as we grow and evolve, so should our strategies. I also dive deeper into this further in the video. Although, we need systems that never change and that can be ever evolving with our new paradigms and circumstances, but rooted in the truth. As much as I wish I could do whatever the fuck I want with my time, whenever, wherever, that's not how life works, as I'm sure you know. So, we need to be prepared for it and ready to adapt no matter what, with paradigms and systems built on truths that never shift. This is how we can master any undertaking in life, or well, how I believe so. I'm 22. I have nothing mastered. So take my words as a fellow student of life. I'm no expert in anything. I love feedback. I love knowing what doesn't work so we can change it regardless of the embarrassment that flows. That's how we provide increasingly better value to the world, and only possible way of doing so. So we'll see what comes from this. Why longevity beats motivation. You can only use the jet fuel of pain and suffering, or whatever your underlying motive is, under the deeper sudden movement you just took, for so long. You must change courses. When that fuel source dies, find something that is longer lasting. When the rocket gets into space, it ejects its thruster. So should your strategy be ever-changing to match our outputs in the capacity of energy. Chris Williamson puts it best when he talked about this on a podcast. The dirty fuel is needed to start. It's the greatest power that we can get in such a short amount of time. That's why I was writing content daily, posting unedited, awful film TikToks, because I had that extra oomph and I needed to get it started. I had the dirty fuel fuming out of me and I wanted to cultivate it into a powerful energy and create something positive. See my raw thoughts become reality, because I truly believed they could change my life. And they're proven to be true ever so slightly. Now I see the value in it and the deeper meaning of why. I write for my soul, to bring a tribe of people together, just like me, to help me find true purpose and hopefully others along the way, to protect the very operating of my soul. I need to be building, from Legos to Minecraft creative mode to tables out of wood to Spider-Man masks. All of this came from the simple act of starting, just taking one small step towards what I saw in my mind could be used for positivity, Here are the 3 things I love to create right now. Number 1 is writing. Now, to writing meaningful newsletters and journaling my thoughts, writing has been the most fulfilling creation that I've ever taken on. I believe the reason for this is that when we write, we simply create words out of thin air. They are just our thoughts bleeding onto a sheet of paper or a digital screen. And to me, that is awesome. We are creating something out of nothing. Number 2, content. The second thing that I like to create is content. Posting videos on TikTok and Instagram, YouTube, and possibly Spotify. Because this is the video form of me creating something out of a mere thought and idea to a screen that took humanity thousands of years to create. And I can do it in 30 seconds. Technology is pretty crazy. The speed of evolution seems to be happening sooner and sooner. And on to number 3, my personal brand. The third thing I like creating is my personal brand, built around the pillars that I value most and hopefully deepening my understanding of what I think I know, finding new paradigms and people to share this knowledge with, and with the deeper hope of creating a community of people that want to better their lives with me. And this brings me to another simple topic, and that idea is quality over quantity. And this is such a deeper idea than I ever believed. There is zero doubt that quality is better than quantity. But to what extent? If I only post one TikTok that took 10 hours to make, I have an extremely low chance of it going viral or finding the crowd I wanted to, unless it's somehow perfect. But there's no way for me to know that. When, in the same time, I could have posted probably 100 to 1,000 30-second to 1-minute unedited videos in the same time frame. Now, this is what's more valuable to the algorithms and for me to discover what works, what doesn't, and what to double down on. So quality is not better than quantity, not necessarily, but with a huge leaning to the possibility that it is. You still need good lighting, good audio, and a good message for it to be worth anyone's time. So quality still wins in my opinion, but with a lot less than differentiation between quality and quantity in a newsletter or long-form YouTube, Spotify content would. That's where quality really speaks for itself, or in a business that helps thousands of individuals on a specific topic. So, quality versus quantity. The value shifts from medium to medium, and it's up to you to decide where it's best to spend the most time and energy in. Remember, we must give something in return for something else. Nothing is free. In creating fewer, more valuable pieces or more, less valuable pieces. They both have their benefits and their drawbacks, just more or less in different arenas. Everything is created out of energy and matter, nothing else. And if either energy nor matter can be destroyed or created, it must be transformed, recycled into something new creations. Dr. Dispenza, author of Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself, taught me that atoms are 99.9999% energy and 0.00001% matter. Yet, we focus more on the 0.001% so much more than the 99%. And that's fascinating. Think about it. Everything we do is just displacing or the gain of energy. When we suddenly work out, run, stress, study, learn, breathe, think, we are all dispensing energy in return for something else. But also when we sleep, rest, eat food, drink water, we are gaining back nutrients or energy. Nothing in this world is free. Remember, we must always give something to get something. And that might just be as simple as giving up time or energy. It doesn't have to be money or a car or something physical. Just remember, the universe doesn't give anything unless something has been lost or given away. Here's an example. I want to learn. So I pick up a book I like, and in return, I give you my time to learn this. I want to be ripped with six-pack abs. So I go to the gym for months on end, and in return, I give you my time and energy to achieve this goal. There's always a give before a return. I love to view my days from the idea that I have a finite amount of energy from waking, like your phone or Apple Watch does after you charge it. Depending on my sleep, my rest, I don't know how much energy I really have to give. But it's a thought that helps me understand this concept. There's no need to focus on the nitty-gritty of it. Then, is I take the actions from the moment I wake up. I try and make sure that I spend this energy on what's necessary for me to get 1% better than the previous day. That to me is a good expenditure of my energy through eating good foods, resting, playing my guitar, or reading. Actions that make me feel rejuvenated. I believe I am recharging my energy. The hope is that by taking good actions, I increase my battery life and capacities to produce more output, hence making me better and better every single day, able to take on more difficult tasks more often and with better outcomes. So think of life as an energy reserve. When it's all spent, we die. How can we live our lives as long as we can while still enjoying and experiencing everything possible? The age-old question, which seems to determine a lot of people's understandings of the world and how they live it. So I'll be very cautious of answering this. But by doing things like drinking alcohol, smoking, doing drugs, or other things that hinder your ability to think and act right, are most likely stealing energy from you or downgrading the operating system. You. Now, I'm not telling you how to live your life. I love to go out with my friends. I'm in college. Yes, I go to the bars and enjoy nights of little sleep and more than a couple drinks. But that's okay because it's good balance for me. That helps me still run because of the good memories and connections I make with my friends. That's a green light. It doesn't have to be for you though. Or if you like to do even worse, then all you. I won't stop you. Just know that how you treat the operating system on a daily basis is how it will function, and possibly for the rest of your life. It's a very deep question. Now a couple of lessons of the week for you guys. In this week's sermon, we were taught that dependency is not weakness, it's a moral strength. Love is also a two-way street. The only way for God to love us through others is to open our hearts and let others do good unto us. Don't hide away from it. Accept the gifts from your kids and your friends. If we only let love go one way, the Lord can't bless us with what we want. So go glorify the Lord with your life. St. John the Evangelist's deacon. Also, the book I'm reading this week, Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. Incredible book. I love it. I can't wait to finish it. I'm around halfway through, but we'll finish it soon. And on to the last thing I have for this video. This year, I hope will hold growth and rebirth in my life. The death of an old, scared, and embarrassed self, things that didn't serve me right, and the growth of new beginnings, new personalities and love. The key feelings I believe I need are persistence, discipline, and faith. So, to building the thing I wish to see in the world, and to making my younger self proud. This is your year. I don't care how bad 2025 was. Why? Because you can make it however you choose. Make it worthwhile. Make it positive. Show gratitude everywhere and anywhere. Live your best life. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And if you stay this far, please subscribe, please follow, and stay along for weekly videos.